Easy guys, and welcome to Showtime, celebrating the music, art and culture of Chesterfield, Derbyshire and the Peak District. I think you're going to love today's episode with Damon Downs, but first I want to bring your attention to the new website, showtime.com or S40time, where you can find all previous episodes and a lot more information about everything we're doing here. So, today's show traces the epic journey of one of the area's best known and loved local musicians, Damon Downs. From rocking audiences in the UK with Towards the Sun, to session work that took him all over the world, and with an incredible 11 albums under his belt and another one on the way in the new year, I caught up with Damon at the Olde House on Loundsley Green Road. Make sure you stick around to the end of the show where you've got a Showtime exclusive where Damon plays a live set of 3 songs. Enjoy.
Damon,
Hey man,
glad you could make it.
I'm here.
Yeah,
Made
excellent.
it.
You
Yeah.
did make it.
I did.
So how's your sanity, man?
It's debatable.
Yeah, same
Always
here.
questionable,
Same here. Right,
but
okay.
still got it.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all
Tough
good.
times, man. Tough
Yeah.
times. You been able to gig again?
No, I've had the odd one crop in with a couple of bands, but nothing major. And but it's I still love to gig regardless, and it's been great to just catch up with friends on gigs.
Yeah, great
and really
stuff.
enjoy that. So it's
Okay.
been really nice.
Okay, you managed to get a couple in with Towards the Sun?
We had
Okay.
we had one in August in Sheffield
Right,
at the Church
okay.
House, which was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, good venue. Is there still like a hedge in the middle of the venue or something?
I don't remember a hedge.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
There was when we played there. Maybe.
Her name was Shelley.
Oh,
I mean,
right.
she might have been hedge, but no, I don't remember a hedge.
Yeah, it's
A
quite,
hedge?
quite near the City Hall, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're thinking outside.
Oh no,
Not
it's
inside.
inside the venue when we were there. Yeah, I
Nah.
might have got it wrong, but
I don't remember Mrs. Hedge being there.
Yeah, they were.
No,
they were
she was definitely not.
crazy days.
But no, it was really good.
excellent,
And
excellent.
the crowd were very considerate, shall we say?
Right. Okay. So at that point, were they not banned from singing and dancing?
They weren't banned from singing and dancing.
Okay,
That was.
okay.
I do believe it was.
But they needed to sit
It
down.
was the day before. I do believe it was the day before.
Okay.
No sitting down, standing up.
Oh, cool.
All
Right.
collective together
Okay.
and with their own,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
it's
Good
fine.
stuff. Okay.
It's great.
And did I see you played the 2010 in Matlock?
We are playing there at the end of this month, so we're October now. Yeah, so at the end of this month.
If there's not another lockdown, so fingers
If no
crossed for that.
lockdown. So
Right,
it's all
right,
pending,
okay.
obviously. So
Yeah, a lot of musicians are finding it hard at the moment, man. I saw. Do you know Nick, who's the drummer in Cradle of Filth?
I don't know him, but
Yeah.
I'm aware of Cradle of Filth.
Yes, he's. I saw him yesterday. Yeah, he just dropped by. He was in the area, and
Yep.
he's having to sell his equipment, man. So and he's getting
It doesn't
royalties.
matter where you are on the scale, does it?
No, not
It
at
really
all.
doesn't.
No, and obviously the mental health issues with musicians. I'm hoping we can help out in some way,
Yeah.
really. So
Well, we're not allowed to vent, so
No, well, we're not, are we?
that's
no.
going to pose its own problems,
Yes,
I'm afraid.
the
So.
hubristic rise against us. So,
Exactly.
but anyway, yeah, I'm glad you're managing all right, man. Anyway, so
I'm still all right. I'm still here.
Excellent.
Still got my teeth.
Yeah.
Teeth are holding on.
Okay, good man.
And yeah, I'm all right.
Okay, so yeah, let's talk about your journey, man.
Okay.
Where did it all start? Let's let's start at the beginning.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I was born into a mining family,
Right.
and my dad worked down the mine. My uncle worked down the mine.
Okay, yeah,
Dad's worked down the mine. Blah blah blah. And that was great. And it was only hindsight's a wonderful thing. I really appreciate that now, of the work ethic.
Yeah,
Of that.
okay.
It's regardless of the trade.
Okay, yeah.
But I understand the work ethic of that, in that, every day can be the same.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
But it's how you action that day. And
Absolutely.
I think that you should take every day with a smile, and I was given that from a very early age. I know
Sure.
that my dad didn't like working down the mine.
Right.
Who
of
likes
course.
working down the mine?
Yeah. Okay.
But he worked down the
absolutely.
mine, and he worked.
Yeah. Good man.
And he enjoyed that, and I thought he was just a grumpy old man growing up, but obviously hindsight sorted all that out. But it was really nice growing up with that kind of a family, because
Sure.
we never needed for anything.
Cool.
If if we wanted a toy, there would be a toy.
Right,
if we
right,
wanted something, whatever. If we spoke about of an evening, I wanted a keyboard.
Right.
Then 3 days later, a keyboard would magically appear.
Wow, amazing.
And I don't know how the means, I don't know how the how, but my family were not wealthy.
That's amazing, right?
But whatever they did, they made it work.
Yeah,
and again, hindsight, however they did, they made it work.
That's really cool.
And obviously you don't really correlate that until you get to an older age. And
Yeah,
you
and
kind of go,
appreciate it a bit more.
right, okay, you've got to work that extra hour. You've got to work that, whatever it is that you kind of need to do that.
And did he give you, or not just your dad, but your family, did they give you a nudge towards the artistic flair?
Absolutely,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Well, it wasn't a case of a nudge. It was a case of they just allowed us to be who we were. And so myself and my brother, Nathan, we were literally the monkeys of the family. So we would be the entertainers.
Fantastic.
We would be the Friday, Saturday night evening entertainment.
Oh wow!
If they had friends round, we would put on shows.
Amazing.
We would do the karaoke's. We would do the dance.
Right.
To the point though, we would be so. I don't mean to use the word monkeys. We were so clowned out to be those characters, which we loved. We absolutely loved it because it's an attention thing, and I totally get that.
Okay.
And we were like, my mum would go and get a haircut.
Right.
In Warsop, we was on about Warsop earlier actually, which is odd.
Bobby
but in Warsop, and she would take us to the hairdressers, and she would get a haircut for free because myself.
And your brother was singing.
Would put on a show. We would do sing
at the
impressions at the hairdressers.
Amazing, man. That's fantastic.
Well, a little sweep of the hair, and then we'd come back in and do another set.
Amazing, yeah, and get yours cut for free as well. So good man, excellent.
Stanley Matthews haircut all the way.
Ah, cool. Me and my sister used to play. We used to. I can remember my nana and granda coming round, and we knew they were coming round, and we started rehearsing. Have you heard of Happy Birthday Sweet 16 by Neil Sedaka? Yeah. It was one of my mum's old vinyls, and we were singing that, but. My granddad just pissed himself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely took the piss. But we didn't care. We just went for it. And
doesn't matter.
Then that moved on. When we had to do the pots together, we'd kind of sing the harmonies for Crowded House songs and things like that. So
it moves
similar,
on, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, absolutely.
So something else.
And when did you say you got a keyboard? Is that when you first started writing songs?
It was. Yeah, we spoke about. A keyboard, again, I don't know how we came about that. It probably was just at a very young age. I think I must have been about 8, 9.
Yeah.
And I remember this keyboard. The reason the keyboard sticks out in my mind is because it was the first time that I was to create a noise with other than my voice.
Right, yeah.
And it was really nice to replicate something that you hear in your head onto something that you are now in control of, I guess.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And it had a record function on this keyboard, which was amazing.
That's what I was going to ask you about.
Which was totally escalated in its time. You don't normally get those things, and it was so you could record a melody, and then it would just record it, and then you could then put
and then play on top of it.
I wonder if I can record over that.
Oh wow!
And so then I would sing over that, and then we had an old ghetto blaster with a mic that flipped up.
Fantastic, yeah.
On a thing, and you could record that on repeat through in this vicinity.
Okay. Yeah.
And it would record that, and then I could sing the lyrics or a melody that I would have, but then I could also play over that.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So I literally had like a 4-5
track
straight away, and I didn't realize as to that was something that I was able to do, but I did it, and we just took for granted that that's what it was.
Oh, that's good.
The keyboard unfortunately disappeared. I don't remember where it disappeared to.
Yeah, I don't know where all mine went. Probably a car boot. Yeah, they magically appeared and then disappeared as well.
I think that I just wasn't that good.
Right. That's
possibly why it was.
Right. Okay.
Let's just get rid of that.
And then you moved on to guitar.
And then because I played keyboord from 8, and like I say, I think it was probably about 11, 12. Didn't have any kind of musical stuff in the house for quite a while, but I became an avid listener. That's when I started to listen more. To my Metallicas, my Guns N' Roses, which was all very key at that point.
Right, yeah, very much.
I've always been very drawn to the rock stuff.
Yeah, okay.
My dad was a rocker. My mum was the
choice.
Michael Bolton, Celine Dion's of our age.
Oh, right, okay.
And so I had a very eclectic mix of music, which I thank my parents for. Bless them. I think that it's broadened my perspective of not what's right and what's wrong, but as to to open up avenues and doors to other things.
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
not closed off, is it?
I've not been single-minded.
Yeah,
there's been
absolutely.
no narrow-mindedness about anything with that.
Right.
And guitar came about because when I think it was my last year of school, so 15.
Okay.
During those rebellious years, as we say, when the shit hitteth the faneth,
Yeah,
as they say.
I think so. Yeah.
I was writing songs with the guy that I was at school at, and he was a great guitar player. Mm-hmm. And I do recall him being a great guitar player.
Right. Yeah.
And it was great guitar, but I was the guy who would come up with the melodies and come up with the song ideas and blah blah blah, and we would converse. So we'd probably written 2 or 3, 4 songs. Mm-hmm. But I remember this particular song, and he couldn't interpret what I wanted him to do on guitar. I wasn't dictating what I wanted him to do, but when something's not right, it's just not right.
Yeah, I get that.
And I know now that was just a songwriting thing. I wanted it to be a certain way. I understand that, but obviously that didn't work.
Okay.
So then I said, well, that's fine then. I'll just go get a guitar because you can't do it. And I remember that it was as blunt and as that. We were never in a band together then.
Okay,
from that point
I was going to say, you're still friends with him?
I think so.
Yeah.
I've not seen him for a while.
Okay.
I don't know if I've upset him.
Right,
but it was quite a long time ago. I think we'll be all right.
Right, okay.
And then, so I wanted to go buy this guitar. And I remember my dad had got some old PA speakers, an amp, and bits and bobs, and we traded them in at Fat Cats in Mansfield.
Yeah, okay.
We traded them in for an electric guitar.
Right, okay.
Which I bought, which is an old Fender Strat.
I was going to ask you what you had.
Very red.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, an original?
An original.
Oh, fantastic.
Very red. It
Excellent.
cost £400.
Wow, right.
It might have been original.
A lot of money in them days.
But it was £400.
Right, okay,
And I don't really remember looking back. And I don't
Amazing.
think at any point I've just always loved guitar and always been taken to it. It's always been putting on my pair of slippers.
Amazing.
It's just been really.
So did you have lessons or did you teach yourself?
Taught myself.
Did you?
Yeah.
Amazing. Oh, great to hear.
Yeah. I can't be taught. I'm a terrible listener.
Right.
So.
Okay. Yeah. What about vocal? Do you have any vocal lessons?
No.
Actually, did you not?
No.
Wow, that's really incredible. Do you know? I thought you would have had lessons.
No.
From your amazing voice, man. That's really good.
Experience.
Is
the only key.
That's incredible.
For me,
I'm even more surprised about that. I've got to say. Yes. I mean, your voice comes through on the albums.
Thank you.
Check them out, guys. Check the albums. We'll come to that in a bit. So
and
we've got a live spot coming up as well, haven't we? So yeah. Wow. And did you used to go to Carlsborough in Mansfield?
Carlsborough, I did indeed.
Oh,
yes.
right, yeah.
But I remember going in there and wanting to buy things.
Okay, yeah.
And not having any money.
It
to
was
buy
the shop
anything.
of the area,
But it was
wasn't
the
it? Yeah, big time.
Fat Cats, coincidentally, it's the bike shop now, isn't it? Is it Kawasaki or Suzuki or something?
It is, yeah,
but
absolutely.
it's a bike shop now, and because Fat Cats used to be next to Westfield Studios.
Right, okay.
Do you remember in Mansfield?
Yeah.
That then got moved up onto Chesterfield Road.
Okay.
Which Carlsborough was on Chesterfield Road.
It was on
I think it was. I've got it in my head that it was next door, but it might have been just a couple of the doors down.
Yeah, in the same vicinity anyway.
But that's then when I got to know that network of people with
course,
music and dealing with pedals and dealing with sounds.
Oh my God,
a
whole new world. So,
whole new world, yeah.
And then from there, I mean, and then you went to college from there, was it?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
So I started playing guitar in 94.
Okay.
94, 95. Mm-hmm. It's a very blurred line. I do apologise. 94,
great years, both of them.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, apparently I had some great years.
Yeah.
And I traded as an electrical engineer to start with, which was my mining family dad telling me to do, or asking if I could do it. And but I'd always been skilled because my dad was very handsy. He could do things like that. Okay. And obviously I was always envious to be able to do something like that.
It is important. I mean, on a side note, I mean, how important do you think it is for aspiring musicians to have a second trade?
Massively.
Massively
absolutely inspiring. Because if you're creative in any way, it's inspiring.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it is.
Because you have to think outside the box. It's not always, this is how it is, this is how it is. Okay. You've got to think, well, that's not working, so how can I do it?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and I think electrics, wood, metal, whatever it is, the skill that you have, you can adjust your creativeness towards that.
Have you had to fall back on that at all?
In my middle years being a guitar player, I had to follow on that because I did electrical engineering, which was a 2-year.
Okay.
I think it was a foundation course.
Yeah.
Which was a YT that I did in Worksop.
Okay.
So I got my £60 a week, which we used to blow at the Angel.
Yeah.
in Clown, it was Clown.
Okay, yes, I'm trying to think where that was.
In Clown,
right,
not
okay.
Worksop, it was in Clown. It was to blow the £60 of YT money. I'm just getting absolutely
absolutely.
chip butty.
Yeah.
And a whole lot of liquor.
Oh, Clown, man. Yeah. I went out with a girl from Clown. If she's watching, Natalie, I bought my first house with her. Yeah. So, I know Clown well, actually.
Clown was nice. Clown was very kind to me. There wasn't much. It was the college and the Angel.
Clown College. Yeah, it's obviously everyone takes
Was it a tertiary college?
It was a tertiary college.
That's where I trained.
Right. Okay. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I did the milling and the turning, and then the electrical engineering side of it was the other side of it. So.
And was it a BTEC you did?
It was
with this Woodhouse Road, was it? The National Diploma?
So that was the music course. So after I did the electrical engineering, I finished that and had like a 3 or 4 month reprieve of no work, no money.
Right.
Lived in a caravan on my dad's back garden.
Did you? Wow.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Which was given, I can't remember how he got given it in, but he had. And I was in this caravan, which was lovely. Okay. I could have been inside. It wasn't a case of a choice. I wanted my independence, shall we say.
Great, okay.
So we were there and we were enjoying that. But then the BTEC National Diploma course came up through West Knox College.
Brilliant.
In Mansfield.
Yeah.
Which was, as I'm aware of, was the first of its kind during that age.
Okay,
so we're talking 97, 98.
Yeah, I think they all sprung up around that sort of time. I think when we were actually sort of had the first chat,
that's right.
We were talking about that.
It was post-Labour conversation.
So Labour just got in,
right.
Cool Britannia. I think they realised quite how much of a, the industry was bringing in
can make for the economy. That's
to the GDP, you know. So you had you had the Gallaghers being invited to 10 Downing Street and things like that. These sort of courses arose up. I mean, I did my music industry management degree. I went down south. We had a chat about that as well. And the reasons why I went down south. But it was really good. And how and is that where you met Carl Baker?
I did meet Carl Baker at college. Yeah. I believe that we were in the same year, and it was really nice. And you know what? I've got so much to be thankful for that course. Not even, possibly the experience of learning anything musical was probably the lowest.
Yeah, all right.
It was, because for me, I learned to interact and meet some great people that were like-minded.
Right, fantastic.
And not everyone, we're not all the same. We're not all made from the same cloth. But it was really nice to chat and talk and be a Nirvana fan, be a Foo Fighters fan, be a Deftones fan, be a Korn
At the time,
fan.
it's like, I can do this for a living now.
It doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. It really didn't matter.
Yeah, big time.
And it was really nice to have your own opinion, but also be accepted.
Yeah, completely.
And I think that was really nice and very
Again,
welcoming.
broadens your mind.
And me and Carl are massive Metallica fans.
Okay,
Love Metallica.
Right. Fantastic.
And we got on well of that. Carl Baker actually looked like a James Hetfield.
Did he? Right, okay.
Scarily like James Hetfield at college.
Fantastic.
So if he wasn't 16 and had a really high-pitched voice before he developed his manly voice, then I think he would have got away with
Bloody hell. Wow, fantastic.
It didn't work.
So is he still playing with Towards the Sun now?
He is.
Is he? Right,
so Carl Baker, obviously I've known Carl a lot of years now. And I asked Carl to join Towards the Sun about 4 years ago.
Right, okay.
We were just a bass player, had to other commitments, needed a bass player, got chatting to Carl again, and we're like, are you up for it? And he was like, yeah.
Amazing.
He wasn't busy at that time.
Bit
and
of
I was
a super group.
I was like, yeah, super group. I was like, I've got Carl Baker. I've got a better guitar player than I am next to me, and I'm like, it's Carl Baker.
Wow, amazing.
So, and it was awesome. Yeah, it's been great fun.
The first time I saw you guys, I was commuting from Leeds to Chesterfield. I was still teaching actually. I was teaching English. But I was commuting to be part of Cracking Right Foot. And Sam Whitaker put on the Let's Have an Alternative party. And I think they've still got the best takings ever from Real Time. It was absolutely ram, wasn't it? And that was the first time I saw you guys. Absolutely amazing. Is that recorded somewhere? I'm getting hair standing up. You're talking about
it. There's got to be some footage of that somewhere.
Right.
Somebody at somewhere will have a footage of that.
And that gig actually, Nathan said something really nice on stage about a girl he met, and how he'd come through this journey himself, and he was like kind of.
That's right.
Yeah. So that was, and I noticed that it was really nice that he stood on stage and said that to a big audience. So it's really
again back to being from the family that we were. As constrained and his emotions had to be being from that family, because you weren't allowed to talk about your emotions.
I get that as well.
It was nice that us as a family were able to come through that and be as we are, and I'm as honest as you get. And I like to think that my brothers are as honest as you get.
Yeah, well, it seems so, man. It would seem so.
We talk about it because at the end of the day, somebody can relate to that. It might help someone.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not going to hurt me by telling you. It's not going to make an ounce of difference to my life.
And well, it's like the same with songwriting as well. You know, you're putting your heart on the line, aren't you?
Totally
so to completely exposed. So yeah. Much respect for him for saying that. So.
Yeah, bless him. I remember that now.
I
had forgotten about that.
Okay. That really stuck out for me. Yeah. So from there, so you met Carl there, and tell me about. So you left the college, and tell me about the job centre.
Job centre. So job centre comes a little bit later. So I left college. I've got sorry about the notes. No, it's fine. No. We're not quantum leaping. We're not Sam Beckett here. Let's just go with it.
We've got the Metallica thing first, haven't we?
So then I left college, and at the end of college, I was given an opportunity. I could have gone to university or go on tour with a Metallica tribute.
Amazing.
And I decided to go on tour with a Metallica tribute.
What are you going to do?
It was I don't know. Okay. Mentally, probably neither would have helped.
Right.
But yeah, I did. I think 4 or 5 years with a Metallica tribute, and some great tour learning experience.
Wow. Okay.
Some great.
And this was your first experience
people.
of the touring experience, was it?
I think it was, yeah. I'd done bits and bobs prior to it. I did a year drumming.
Oh right,
with a punk
drum
band,
as well.
Which was really tiring. So
yeah,
I was like, that's not for me. Yeah. But then obviously, because I'd always been a guitar player or a pianist, and so that was always my two things to go to.
Sure, right,
comfortable, that's my comfortable place.
Okay.
So it was always really nice, and I went and I did this whole stint with this Metallica tribute, which was beautiful and destroying at the same time, but absolutely no malice to it. It is what it is, and it happened, and it was great fun. And it was really good.
So you most of Europe,
cut my teeth as a musician.
Okay,
let's call it that.
Right, fantastic. So most of UK and Europe, was it for
UK, Europe? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Any
too far afield.
Any standout gigs there?
One of my standout gigs that we did was at Folkestone Leascliffe Hall.
Right.
And because we used to tour with, it was called the Monsters of Rock tours.
Oh, brilliant.
So there would be yours, an Aerosmith, an AC/DC, a Bon Jovi, whatever it was that was current at that time. And I remember doing that gig. It was only probably 1,100 people. It wasn't a massive amount of people.
Okay.
Middlesbrough Town Hall was 2,000 people.
Right.
That was a great gig.
Yeah, cool.
But this gig stands out because I remember that vibe of going out. And just, have you ever been to Leascliffe Hall? And from the stage to the back it's to the back wall away. It's not that far, but then it's it's scaled and it's high.
Yeah, sure, okay.
And just them eyes looking at. And just remember that vibe of going out there and hitting that first note and just kind of going, yeah, man, this is a great buzz. This is a great
instant
buzz.
feedback.
Band were tight.
Yeah.
We'd had a good 2 years into the tours and gigs. Band were tight, and I think they just released. Garage.
Oh right, okay.
Which was like the covers.
Yeah, sure.
So we did a couple off that.
Okay.
And obviously the whole catalogue of music.
Amazing.
And it just felt great, and that always stands out. And I always remember that feeling of every note that I held at the crowd, every vocal that was sang the crowd, and I remember that connection between the two was just pretty paramount. I'm probably that was probably my best gig.
Yeah, sure.
That I remember of my
amazing
Metallica stage.
Okay. I remember the first time something similar when it was about 1995 and we supported the Wonder Stuff, the band I was in at the time, Daisy Age, and we played Warwick University and a couple of thousand people there. And when you actually look at when it's a tour venue and there's people in the eaves and it's like, oh my god, that's when it's like, oh my,
it's a little bit breathtaking.
It really is. I can remember
it takes you back a little bit.
Yeah, it really does.
Because you kind of think I should be nervous, but you're not.
Yeah.
So it's a separate adrenaline that kicks in, isn't it?
Yeah, completely.
And I like that.
And then on the other side of that, when it's so big that there's sort of like a big gap between you and the audience, you can't really see the whites of their eyes, can you?
Disconnected,
yeah, a little bit, but yeah, we'll come to that
like the
another
whites
time.
of the eyes, man. We'll like the whites of the
eyes.
eyes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, keeps it real. Okay, so that now brings us to the part about the job centre then, Damon. So
job centre.
Here we go.
So towards the back end of my Metallica tribute days, I had a stint of being unemployed because we disembarked as colleagues and as friends with that tour, and we decided to go separate ways, blah blah blah. And I wanted to. It got to a point where I think financially I couldn't support myself.
Yeah.
And that started to bother me because I was coming towards my 30s.
Okay.
And not that that's a big deal.
Well, it is when you're in your late 20s.
But for me,
absolutely,
I was like, I wanted to be able to buy my own carpet for the flat I was living in, or
totally get that.
Eat something other than beans on toast.
Yeah.
And money was tight as it is. Touring just as it's never a financial gain unless you're in the big leagues. And it was a case of right. So let's leave that. Let's not do that anymore. I want to be a full-time musician. Yeah, that's definitely what I've done since as early as I can remember. But I want to earn money from it now. That's kind of where I was like, let's do that.
Okay.
And at that time there was a New Deal scheme that was brought out. I was trying to remember what it was.
Yeah, that's right. You got it. Yes, I do remember. Yeah.
So New Deal was a job centre government scheme. I do believe it was Labour.
I think it would have been.
Again,
yeah, it would have been.
That gave a tradesman an opportunity to hone his skills from everything other than his skill. Okay. So learn how to write a CV, learn how to write a blah blah blah, learn how to write a blah blah blah. And that's what it was. But then we were compensated with a little bit of money as a top up, so when you worked, you had a little bit of a booster with that. Yeah, it wasn't massive, but it helped. I do
remember that as well. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And I think I was on this New Deal scheme for 4 months, and they'd put my post into the job centre. I'd sent out possibly just a couple of CV. You can't really send a CV to Mr. Awesome Drummer at I'm in an awesomeband.com. You can't do that. Yeah, okay. But we sent it out to whatever we could, and I was picked up, and I had a call from a guy called Steve Nelson, who was in an ABBA tribute. Right. Now, bearing in mind, I'd been on the road since probably 17. Okay. With all heavy stuff. Right. And I'd written a couple of acoustic numbers myself, but it was all very heavy, intensive. Yeah. To then come to ABBA, and at no point did I hesitate. I went, yep.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I was like, yeah, why not? Yeah. Of course I'm an ABBA fan. My mum was a massive ABBA fan.
Yeah, well, the songwriting, it speaks for itself, doesn't it?
And I'm cool. Well, I might need to learn some more chords then.
Wow. All right, okay.
I know right now.
Amazing, yeah.
And it was nice. It was nice to go into that, and it was really nice. Steve Nelson helped me hone my skill from a business level and as a professional level, I think, as a musician. Because, So was Steve,
was he the manager then?
He was.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, he's the manager of the ABBA Fever tribute band.
Okay,
yeah, sure. At that time. Okay. And I still, even to this day, still do the odd ABBA Fever gig.
Well, why not? Absolutely.
So it's been a good 15 years doing that.
Oh, wow. And Bjorn again, did you play with them a few times?
Bjorn again, well, because I know Di.
Okay,
Fern.
Sure.
I've gigged with Fern loads of times.
Yeah, so they both live around here, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I've gigged with both Di and Fern. Great, awesome people. But like all of the ABBA bands, literally, the thing with ABBA I found is that if you work with one ABBA band, you can work with all of them.
Yeah, okay, interchangeable, really. Yeah,
it's so interchangeable. And Bjorn on every gig.
Okay, yeah.
So that's easy to work.
Amazing.
Apart from a key change.
Right, okay.
Or a costume change. Wow. You can effectively work it around, or depending on your professional and your skill set, I guess.
So what sort of new places did this take you to with the ABBA band then? I mean,
ABBA Fever opened me up to the touring and gigging aspect of sense that you were paid a better wage. Right, yeah. And you had catering as opposed to going to the chip chips and beans.
Okay, so super professional then, really.
Hotels.
Yeah, wow, okay.
And I remember I know we didn't talk about this, but I'm going to talk about it.
Okay, go for it.
We did a gig in Cyprus.
Okay.
I think it was Cyprus. Paphos?
Okay, yeah, I've heard.
It's one. It's either or. I can't remember which one it was now. But we did this gig, and we we got flown out, and I remember Steve Nelson being at the airport, and he looked at us and says, right, I got 4 tickets to take us to this gig.
Okay.
I don't know what's going to happen when we get there. I don't know how we're going to get back.
Oh, wow.
And we went, let's do it.
Yeah.
So
It's all part of the adventure.
We got picked up by a guy who was very high in his taxi, drove us at breakneck speeds to a hotel,
Excellent.
literally straight to a pub to meet this promoter guy who, I don't know if you've ever met promoter guys abroad.
Well,
they instantly
abroad.
want to make a massive attraction to you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, thanks for coming.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you're the best.
Oh,
we love you, man.
wow.
You know, because
Right,
they want to
okay.
be massively impressive.
Yeah.
And I totally get it.
Yeah.
So we did, and I think it took 2 drinks for me to then talk to this guy and go, because he says, oh, thanks for coming to gig up at this time. It might be 5 o'clock, it might be 2 a.m. And you kind of go, well, all right, we don't know what's happening, but let's just do it.
Okay.
And I think it took 2 cocktails or whatever it was that we drank for me to then say, so we're going to a strip club then.
Excellent.
Because for me, like with all that band, it's the whole pushing boundaries.
Yeah,
To people
okay.
that know me know that I don't instinctively mean that let's go do that. But
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
cool.
are we
Yeah.
going to do it?
Yeah, let's go and explore something not done before.
He said yes.
Yeah. Excellent.
We went.
Okay. Well, the
And
girls as
I
well.
just remember, I can't remember his name. The girls
Okay.
went.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Okay.
me and Steve were just sat. We didn't do anything. We were just sat there.
Yeah.
And we just made the 2 Abigails dance with these women.
Excellent. Love it. Love
Because
it,
we
man.
were just like, why is this situation even happening?
I'm all
How
over
have
stories
we
like
allowed
that.
this to happen?
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
amazing.
And it was great, but the gig was good. The gig was
Yeah,
fine.
cool.
I think we literally did 30 minutes.
Wow. Okay.
this gig.
What? And then flown back.
Got flown back.
Incredible, man.
So we did.
That's
I think
fantastic.
it was 2 or 3 days, and obviously at this time I'd been so used to sleeping in a van on my Marshall Stag to then being given a hotel with a pool.
Okay.
They gave us a car,
Amazing.
which I got taught that apparently when you drive, I want to say it's Pathos, but I know I'm going to be wrong. Someone will correct me on this.
we'll
When we got there and the driven, I remember I was driving like a Brit and I was being very posh and very nice.
Yeah.
And I probably got sweared at more.
Oh, wow.
As opposed to when half an hour later you just drive differently.
Yeah,
just
what are you
pull up
doing?
on the
Being
curb,
sensible.
And they were
Yeah.
just like, yeah, that's how we drive around here.
Yeah.
Very, very weird.
Wow, man.
Very massive culture shock.
Amazing. Did you
And
do the cruises as well?
I've done, I've not done long stints on a cruise ship, but I've done tours on crosses.
Oh,
So
okay.
I did. The Nordic one was
Sure.
a great one. That was a 2 or 3 week.
Oh,
did that 2 or 3 times.
You get to see the Northern Lights and
so
things like that.
that was So
Oh,
Bergen.
I've always wanted to do that.
Oh,
right.
it's
okay.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
really good. So it's like Bergen, Denmark, and somewhere else.
Yeah, Finland and
Stavanger,
Sweden and
I do believe it. It's something along those lines.
Yeah. Okay.
And they were
Incredible.
great. Yeah.
Wow.
Really good.
Okay, and you're still doing that now then, a bit
Yeah,
to an
still.
extent. So.
Still gigging and touring.
Cool.
When we get back to it, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. So, well, tell us about Australia and Israel then.
Israel happened with my good friend Mitch Olden, who's a fantastic drummer, absolutely phenomenal drummer. I did a gig with him on a dep gig and a wedding about 10 years ago.
Right.
Literally all 4 of us didn't know each other.
Okay.
Oh, I knew the bass player, actually. I knew the bass player.
Right.
He passed my name on to this colleague, blah, blah, blah. Damon can come in and do this gig, singing, all dancing, this wedding.
Yeah.
And we did a gig, and it was just long stint. Got to know Mitch. Mitch rang me literally a year to the day after and said, hi, I don't suppose you fancy doing Israel. And I was like,
yeah,
sure,
go on
why
then.
not?
Right,
You know.
okay.
So I said yes to this, and that was great. And I've done Israel, which was a 3 Monkeys bar in Israel. I've done
Right.
that for about 5 or 6 times now.
Incredible. Yeah.
And anyone who's done that gig, it's a great gig.
Okay.
It's a long slog.
Right.
It's relentless. Three 45-minute sets a night
Okay.
for a whole month.
Right. Wow. Right.
You
Okay.
get no reprieve. There's no time off,
Blimey, heck.
other than in the day when you get to suntan and drink.
Okay. Yeah, but you get everything laid on again. So
It's all fine.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's a good
Fantastic,
way to
man.
save some money as a tour.
Oh wow.
Because
And
you don't have to
and
outlay.
did you get to see much of Israel? at
Not
all?
really.
No.
I mean,
no.
I did the Dead Sea,
Okay.
which
All
was
right.
wonderful.
Yeah. Don't you lay down
Jerusalem.
in it?
It's scary.
Yeah,
and
right,
you can only
okay.
go in for so like a period amount of time.
Okay.
Or else it's really bad for you.
Yeah, I've heard. Right. Okay. Wow.
But the minerals were great.
Yeah.
And so we did that, and Israel was great. And coincidentally, I've worked with Mitch on a lot of different projects now.
Okay.
Mitch is great, and
Yeah.
the network of people that we've known as well has been great.
Yeah,
I
it's-
think that's the thing. Being a musician is that anyone within the trade, not even a musician, just
Yeah.
a techie tour,
Sure.
tour tech, sound man, whatever it is that you meet so many vast amounts of people, is that we're inadvertently networking and talking to other people. We have to interconnect with each other.
Absolutely.
That's our connection, you know.
Yeah, and that's been lost a bit now, hasn't it? So
massively.
I hope we can peg that back somehow. I mean, we're lucky enough to have Tim working with us on the cameras now. So
Yay, Tim.
Yeah, we'll have to do some live streams with him sometime. But Tim usually works with the Prodigy, and he's been to Australia and New Zealand and those sort of places. So tell us about Australia. Yeah, absolutely. So all hail Tim behind the cameras there. So, but so coming to Australia, tell us about Australia then.
So Australia came about because I got asked to join a George Michael tribute.
Sure.
Again, through Steve Nelson.
Okay.
Who, over the years, he's become. Oh God, what's the word?
So he's
MD.
Right.
Music
Okay.
director.
Right.
There we go.
Okay.
Wow,
yeah.
that took some work. Musical director for quite a lot of different bands over the years.
Sure.
And I've had the privilege of working with a lot of these awesome bands over the years. Through Steve, again, through networking, and again, coincidentally, have met some other amazing people.
Interesting. So he basically plans out the shows.
So he became not the creative director, but the musical director. So he was in charge of the musicians that would create the sound of the George Michael show.
Amazing, right, okay, that's interesting.
Apart from the George Michael, because obviously that's set in stone.
Okay.
He's a great George Michael lookalike.
Oh, right, okay.
And great sound.
Oh, Steve is?
No, not Steve.
Oh, sorry,
no, don't get
course,
Steve to George Michael. That would just be a nightmare.
Right, okay.
He's got a high falsetto voice.
Okay,
like a BG voice. So we got to work with that and got to work with some great George Michaels over that time.
Right, okay.
Again, we're in the tribute world. It's not easy. I've tried it. It's not easy.
No. I mean, I've done a couple of George Michael songs, but the whole set of it, that's
pretty
different.
Intensive.
So
just about the reverb.
I can imagine. Yeah, I can imagine. So what sort of place did you go to in Australia?
So in Australia, we did. We got asked to do this tour in Australia, which was the first of its kind within that agency and that group. And we were like, "Shall we do it?
Okay,
let's do it." And
amazing.
we got asked to do. It was like Perth, Adelaide, Brisbane, Melbourne, Sydney.
Incredible.
A couple of other places.
Yeah.
And so it was like it was just shy of a month tour.
Amazing, right?
And it was great going to Australia. Great to meet some great people and to be part of a network of people that I obviously had never met.
Yeah, okay.
And to great professional people. The sound man who was on that tour he used to work with AC/DC. He was their sound guy.
Okay.
Who, if you ever met him, John, was just like, you'd be like, no way in this world have you ever worked with AC/DC, because he was just the nicest guy.
So again,
Diamond, I don't suppose the acoustic's not plugged in, Diamond. Diamond, the acoustic.
I'm like,
wow.
What do you mean? What, you try telling Angus Young that? You
try
that.
Yeah, exactly. But again, a versatile sound man as well.
And you know what? He was absolutely top of his league. Okay. Absolutely top of his league. Came in, did his job, went out, never saw him again.
Oh, right.
It was like some kind of what's the word? Like a mystic character.
Oh, right. Like a bit of a sage that came in and sort of amazing. Fantastic. Yeah. I remember seeing the photos from that, man. It looked amazing.
It's a great tour. It's a great tour because obviously a lot of smiles
and theatres.
In some really warm places.
Yeah.
And you get to go to the sea every day.
Oh, amazing!
And it's beautiful. And you get to just put your feet in a beautiful different ocean. And
you see any sharks, mate?
I didn't. Yeah. Although the first time that we got there was a shark alert in Perth, which is rare. And we were like, right. Well, I'm not going in that sea then.
No, I really appreciate. I've been a couple of times. I've got relatives in Melbourne, but I really appreciate it. Yeah, they're just so laid back, aren't they?
They're so laid back. Everything wants to kill them, but they're so laid back.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's great, isn't it?
Everything wants to kill them.
It's
like the spiders,
what a
snakes.
great bunch of people.
It really is great, isn't it? So awesome, man. Well, let's get a bit more personal. I mean, now you got you got 2 kids now. You're a dad.
2 wonderful kids. Yeah,
fantastic. You got to go and pick them up soon, haven't you?
But, I have. Yeah,
but yeah, we're all right for a bit.
I'm going to go and pick my daughter up first.
Okay.
Nora.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go pick up my son Theo.
Wow. So how's fatherhood changed you?
I love it.
Yeah?
Absolutely love Fatherhood, yeah. It's not been easy, by no stretch of the imagination. I'm not a 9-to-5er.
Right, yeah.
I'm not that dad.
Same here.
Which has always caused problems with relationships and always caused problems with
Yeah,
other people.
it does.
As much as the understanding can work both ways, it never always does.
No.
And so it's a case of give and take.
Okay.
Doing something. It ultimately has to come down to the kid. As long as the kid is fine. It's
Okay.
regardless of my opinion on what I
Yeah.
think the kid is like. It's what the child is like.
Okay.
You know,
Sure.
and I like to think that Nora, especially, you know, she's 9 next year.
Okay.
And she's just so laid back like me, and it just takes everything so much in her stride.
Right.
And has already, as I got told yesterday, she's already started to develop this OCD thing.
Oh, right.
Where she has to touch something so many times. I have that. I
Oh,
used to
really?
have that in abundance as a
Oh,
child.
right,
yeah.
okay.
So she's already like, she'd have to,
Okay. Right. It's got to be an odd number or an
it's
even
got to be an
number
odd number
or
or an even
something.
number.
I-
And I'm like, I'm not going to, that's the thing, right? That's fine. That's
I've got
totally cool.
to admit to something. One of my weirdest. So I've got to, when I get to the top of a flight of stairs, I've got to finish on my right leg.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right? So it's a thing. It's a thing.
When I told Polly, my girlfriend, this, she was like, "Oh my god,
Try on your left.
You know,
Go on,
yeah,
try it.
yeah, exactly. And when I see it's gonna be the wrong stair, it's like, no, yeah, right, okay.
You do like a shimmy,
yeah.
like a.
Yeah, I give her shit
your-
about
there we
a
go.
little bit. Yeah, I give
yeah.
her shit about straightening towels and things like that.
Brave.
And then it's like, yeah, weirdo.
Yeah, weirdo. How dare you pick that towel up and put it on straight?
But,
How dare you?
Did I detect some lyrics about Nora in some of your songs?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought I did.
I mean, Nora's been encompassed in a few lyrics over the years, but the song for Nora is a song called Forever.
Right,
which is on my
okay.
last album.
Sure, fantastic, great song.
Which I started to write when she was born, and then I think it took me about another year to finish writing that song, which then made it on that album. So.
Okay, yeah. Would that be a good point to go to Forever? Your
I
video
think
that's
Forever,
on YouTube?
yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Waited all my life to sing about her. I waited my whole life for you. I put all my trust in never letting go for you. I won't leave you alone tonight, because we bleed the same, you and I. I've been holding on too long lately, living life in the fast lane too long. Now my hope is laid beside you. Forever the bond we have is true. And now it's time to free my mind. You see, today is the last day of that life. My heart is yours. Our time is now. And you give me so much pride to be forever by your side. To be forever you and I. die for you, protect you from the evils. I will love you until the day I die.
Great song, man. Loved it.
Thank you,
Okay,
man.
so yeah, I mean, tell me all about the songwriting process for you, and the rest of your albums. You now on your 11th album?
I am. Yeah.
Okay.
I've just. It's taken a long time to be able to finish this album in a sense that I've normally been quite what's the word, repetitive with it. So I have a stint, I have a stint, I demo, I record.
Sure.
Break,
right. Okay.
Think, stint, demo, record. And
Okay.
it's always been generally a thought process that I've had for as long as I can remember.
It's good to be focused, isn't it? But
I think
sometimes
so.
stuff just comes up in the wrong places.
Yeah, of course it does. Of course
like
it
in
does.
the shower
or
or
for
something.
me in the right places.
Yeah,
I think that I've had to take so long between writing Colours and this new album.
Okay.
Is that all the time I've had 2 kids. I'm not going to have time to be able to finish stuff like that. There's there's too many factors.
Yeah, sure.
I've got to earn money with tours. I've got to be a musician. I've got to be a dad. I've got to be working. I've got to look after people. There's a lot of people to think about. It's not just about me.
Of course, yeah. Okay.
So there's a lot to think about. But being creative, I can still take a minute to record that demo. I can still take a minute to record that hook or whatever. And I think creatively, as long as I can still do that, then my brain's not fried.
Okay.
And I'm emotionally not depriving myself of that.
Right. Yeah. Sure.
So-
Okay. Yeah. Good point. Yeah.
And it's been nice to, because like I say, since Colours, which I think was 2012, 2013, there's been a lot of demos to sift through. There's been a lot of emotional changes, having 2 kids,
Sure. Okay.
breakups,
Right. Well.
accidents,
Yeah.
and it's been really nice to go back to some of those and go, well, that's rubbish.
Yeah. Okay.
Love that.
Right.
Let's go at that. Let's change this. Let's change that, and go at it from, I think, from a more not mature. I don't want to use the word mature, but from a life learning attitude.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
There was a reason I didn't finish that song, and that's because that wasn't a great
Yeah.
song.
Yeah. I've had that as well.
You
yeah.
know.
Sometimes, but it's good to get them down and then
And
revisit
it's still great to
them.
get them down
so-
because I might just take the melody.
Yeah, sure.
I
yeah.
wrote it.
Yeah, you can
I
still
take that
use
melody
bits,
and put it
can't
in
you?
something else.
Yeah. Okay.
Doesn't
So,
matter.
what are you writing on? I mean, what platform? I'm on GarageBand, and then give it to a producer to make a better job.
I've always used studios.
Okay.
So I've always used. I would sooner, once I've got the demos and I'm happy with the songs, band a rehearse, let's go into a studio.
Yeah.
2-3 days, done.
Okay.
That's
right,
always
cool.
been the thought process of it.
I mean, what do
Because
you
I want
record
it
your
to sound
demos?
live.
What do you record your demos in the
Demos-wise,
first place? Yeah.
I used to use 4 tracks, 8 tracks,
Right. Okay. Tascam.
or just good old-fashioned dictating machine.
Okay. Wow. Yeah.
Because for me, it's not about the delivery; it's about the performance.
Yes, it's and capturing what you were.
If I don't
thinking of
believe
at the
myself,
time.
then nobody else is going to believe me.
Yeah. Completely.
Because I can't
yeah.
convince myself.
Totally get that. Yeah.
So I would do that.
comes
So
across.
it's always been just a 2-track, just me and a guitar, me and a
Okay.
piano.
Cool.
If there's more than 2 of us in a room, great. If there's
Okay.
not, doesn't matter.
Right. Yeah. Doesn't matter.
So I used to
yeah.
use mini disc, and they'd have a
Okay.
condenser Sony mic that used to be on that, and they were great. The
Yeah,
compression,
they were
but the
good.
sound that you would get from that was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah,
not as
absolutely
good as the
perfect.
Rhodes mics, obviously,
No,
but you know they were
and the
they
Shure
did
as
the
well.
job.
Yeah,
they
not
were
bad, were
absolutely
they?
really
So-
good in the day.
Awesome. Right. Okay.
And so, but I've started using digital, so I've started using tracking on computers, which is a
Okay.
new field for me.
Yeah.
During this lockdown process, I've started to try and get into
Okay.
that, which has
yeah.
proven a very banging my head against the wall scenario.
Yeah.
But I've been able to then start multi-tracking
Okay.
certain
yeah.
things. Again, very minimal.
As
I
long as
don't
you
want
can
it to
get
be
it
a
down.
polished product.
Yeah, as long as you can get it down in a basic level,
Yep.
you know. And I mean, I've been doing it on GarageBand, and
Yep.
and just as long as you've got something you can
Yep.
present to a producer who'll make a better job.
Absolutely.
So, which producer are you using?
I self-produce myself, but I've
Cool.
been using when I take the songs on the album, I've been using the last 2.
Mm-hmm.
The last 2 albums I did with Beefstock, which is James
Singleton.
who was
Fantastic.
He's a great drummer, by the way.
Yeah,
I mean,
great
he's
guy.
He's all right, is it? His sound, but
Yeah.
you know, he's all right. But his drumming is, for me, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I like his thought process because he's very that doesn't need to be there, so I'm not going to do that now.
Sure. Yeah.
As opposed to just gung ho.
I need to thank Beefstock or James.
Yep.
You know, we did a gig at the Green Room. You used to go down the Green
I
Room.
did,
didn't you?
yeah, many years ago, yeah.
Yeah, I was in a band called the Chasers, and he recorded our last gig before Luke left actually. Luke,
Yep.
Rest in peace. Luke's gone. He's not with us anymore. But yeah, he went to Guernsey, and it was our last gig. And when I was going through a bit of a hard time in Leeds and I was a bit depressed and stuff, I remember ringing James and saying, "Have you still got that recording from the Green Room gig in 2002?" And he was like, "Yeah." And it was that inspired me to get back into music again. So I've got you to thank, James. Thank you for that. So
James keeps a lot of things.
And when we turn up to a gig, when we turned up, I remember turning up with Cracking Right Foot, and he was doing the sound at the Grouse Fest.
Yeah.
And I turned up, and he was behind the desk.
If you see James behind the desk, you know it's going to be good.
You know it's going to be good, and it was absolutely great. So I don't blame you at all for getting James. I'm going to have to get him on the show actually sometime. So
I mean, James has been great. He's been a great, just a great guy and an absolutely awesome best friend. I could never really wish for anyone more than James.
Okay.
And we started producing. We did. He didn't produce. She's Pretty When She Smiles, which was the album before Colours.
Yeah, sure.
We did that. He just was on the recording side of it, but he got
okay.
more into the production side of it with me during Colours.
Right.
Which took a year. I'm not saying your production level takes a long time, James, but I'm just saying. But it was worth it. And you know what? It was absolutely worth its weight in gold.
Amazing.
And it took as long as it needs to take.
Yes,
that's ultimately what we need to do. You know what I mean?
That's quite a succinct way of putting
I
it.
think so. You leave your tea bag in for a certain amount of time because it needs to be there.
It does.
If you like it a certain way, you leave it.
Absolutely.
You know?
So how close are you to finishing?
Well, the demos are just about done. I've narrowed it down from, I think it was 140 something, down to 60.
That
many? Now down to, down to 40.
Wow.
And I'm currently in the process of narrowing it down from a listening aspect now. So if I play it, and I'm comfortable playing it on the two means that I would generally go at, because I want it to be a very singer-songwriter album. I want it to be more of a James Taylor album as opposed to a Daft Punk album. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
I want it to be more of a, if I can't do it this way, then I can't do it.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm just narrowing down.
Okay.
I never get rid of all the songs.
Yeah,
I keep
brilliant.
them. They're in a database. They stay where they need to go.
That's a lot of songs,
Tape
man.
number 74 and blah, blah, blah. Go 3 minutes in and you're there, you know. And so I go with that. And so I'm just narrowing that down now. But I think it's going to be roughly about 22 songs.
Okay. So are they all going to be on there?
Yeah. I'll probably have to do a double. I'll probably have to be a double album.
Okay. So is this going to be available on Spotify?
It will be. It'll be available on all the means.
You're not going to have a physical release?
Well, I'd like to do a launch for it, but we've had no work since March, so we'll see financially how I can deal with that.
I mean, the thing is, we mentioned Tim again, but we might be, and Bobby as well, but we might be able to live stream some gigs in future. So maybe that's an option.
Awesome, yeah.
And obviously, we're going to have you playing. We're going to be playing one of your new songs.
I'm going to play a new song.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's going to be on
and
the
an
new
old
album.
one as well.
I'll play an old fave.
Fantastic.
Absolutely,
Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So, okay. So at this point, should we take some questions from the floor?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Right, okay. So let's have a look. So from the Facebook group, we got Mr. Leon Bamford.
Oh, yeah.
He wants to know who's the greatest guitarist you've
well, it's Leon,
ever
clearly.
I detected a bit of a leading question.
It's without a doubt Leon Bamford,
Is
the
it?
best guitar player I've ever worked with in my whole life.
All right, okay. It's a bit of story behind that.
No, Leon's great. You know what, Leon...
Acorn Roots, yeah, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. And Leon, bless him, because I've always either had a guitar player in or another piano player in or something like that within a live format. Because it's always worked just me, drums and a bass.
Sure, right, okay.
Me, drums and a cajon. Me, drums and a djembe.
Yeah.
So it's always been worked like that. I have to give a shout out to my djembe player, Dario Garces, actually, who's phenomenal.
Okay.
He's been with me since 2006.
Cool.
So he's been on pretty much all of the albums.
Okay. Fantastic.
Great BVs.
Right, yeah.
Great BVs. Great BVs.
It adds so much.
Great player. And also a great tattooist.
Okay.
I think he works at Blacktooth actually in town.
Oh, right. He was from town.
Yeah,
right,
he's from
okay.
town. Great. Right. Phenomenal. Great guy.
Great stuff.
He's done drums from time to time, but I love his work on the djembes. His touch. And just he would make this table sound the best table in the world. I don't know how he does it, but he does.
One of those guys, yeah.
Just
you get him when you're on holiday and people are playing the waves,
super skilled,
aren't they? And
super skilled. You know, he's out there collecting shells, bringing them back on, and just playing them.
Amazing.
You know
what a guy.
Yeah,
excellent. So big shout out to Dario. Is it Dario or
Dario
Darius?
Garces.
Dario Garces.
Yeah.
Okay. Great stuff. Okay. Mark Hilton. On a scale of 1 to 10, how many fucks do you give?
0.
Oh right, I don't know if that was an option.
No,
so,
no, it's not. There's no option. He went wrong by saying 1 to 10.
Fantastic. Excellent. Okay, Christopher Holmes from the Facebook group.
Yeah.
A question about Towards the Sun, actually.
Yeah.
So, why, with Towards the Sun, why did you veer towards playing covers from the noughties as opposed to the usual 60s, 70s, 80s?
All right, okay, great question.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I think that was possibly down to just influence.
Okay.
That's down to our influence.
Great. It set you apart, though, from the crowd,
was
didn't
late 80s,
it?
early 90s
Okay.
into my rock stuff. So I've always been into my Metallicas, my AC/DCs, my Aerosmiths,
Right, okay.
Bon Jovis, all
Yeah.
of that. I've always liked that.
Uh-huh.
But my influence from when I became a guitar player as I know it, so which would have been 95, 96, 97, was starting to lead into the noughties.
It was,
which
wasn't it? Yeah.
So my Deftones, my Incubus,
of course,
my Corns.
Incubus,
Then
man.
before we
What
knew
a-
it,
what a
we got slapped
band.
with Limp Bizkit. We got slapped with Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah,
we got hit
absolutely.
round the face with a round of flesh of metal. And
Love it.
so I've always loved the rock side of it, and I think the noughties is a massive influence.
Yeah, big
because I
time.
think if Limp Bizkit were to play Sweet Child of Mine,
Yeah.
if Deftones were to play Sweet Home Alabama,
Okay.
how would it sound? So for me,
Exactly.
it's
Yeah.
for me the noughties brought. It wasn't even a case of a sound; it was energy.
Yeah,
and
it
it was
really
a
was.
rawness.
Absolutely.
And it took back to how the 60s and the 70s were with rock music.
Yeah, big time, man.
You
That's
know,
great.
it's
great.
all within the means of what we can do.
Yeah.
And I think, obviously, me as a player has always been like that. My brother Nathan, who sings, who's the frontman in Towards the Sun, we were brought up on that. And obviously, Carl Baker, you know,
Yeah,
he's,
sure.
he's always been a massive Metallica fan. And
Yeah, yeah.
he's a whatever goes, guys kind of guy. And he does an absolutely phenomenal
Excellent.
job.
I think it set you apart, didn't it, at the time? So
Yeah, well,
full stop. you
yeah,
know.
nobody does that.
No, they don't.
People
no.
say energy,
No.
but
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Excellent. Great question, great answer. Nice one,
Thank
man. Okay.
Good question.
Maria Gomez wants to know, well, what's the best gig you've ever been to as a punter?
oh, as a punter, best gig I've ever been to. I'm going to say 2 gigs.
Okay.
One gig was seeing Damien Rice during his
Oh,
launch
right.
of the O album.
Yeah.
When it was the original sleeve, because it went to like a plasticky cardboard, but he did a
Okay.
book
Okay.
of this launch, and I remember buying it, going to see it with my good friend Pete Shields.
Sure.
And he had an Amdram thing on prior. That was his support set.
Oh, right.
And I just remember kind of, obviously in my head, I was like, what's going on?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
understand what's going on. But he came on, and it was just the most mind-blowing experience because you could hear that everything was so quiet on stage.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So
Excellent.
you're almost drawn in. You're almost on stage with them.
Sure.
And that was probably my best experience of
Wow.
being with a songwriter when he's pouring his heart out.
Yeah, yeah.
You've got to listen to him. He's not forcing you to listen, but
Yeah.
he kind of is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You can hear a pin drop, sort of thing. Yeah.
You know, and I
Oh,
like
cool.
that. I love that.
Okay.
And
Fantastic.
it was great like that. And I don't know. Second one, it's a toss up. So I'm trying to think.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think. Best gig. There's definitely Damien Rice. It would probably be a Muse gig.
Oh, Muse. Yeah.
It would
Fantastic
probably
live.
be a Muse gig.
Yeah.
I've seen Muse. I've had the fortunate time. I've seen Muse quite a lot of times.
Yeah. Okay.
Bearing in mind, I've seen Stevie. I've seen Billy. I've seen
Sure.
James. I've seen
Well,
all of these great people. But Muse
they are
stood
really-
out
yeah,
because
For me too. Yeah.
they throw every bit of money that they make into a live show, and
Right.
you know when you see Muse on a live show, you get what
Oh
you
yeah.
pay for.
Yeah. Yeah. Big time. Yeah. very
I
much
don't
so.
know how you can encompass so many people into one gig,
Yeah.
and they do it, and I don't know how they do it, but
Matt Bell's
do
an
it.
incredible talent, isn't
Oh,
he?
I hate him. He
Yeah.
makes me sick.
You used to cover Plug-in Baby.
yeah. And towards some we do. Well, I've done Unintended and all those sort
Right.
of songs on my own,
Okay.
but we do Plug-in Baby and Hysteria,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Knights of Sidonia,
Fantastic.
and there's quite a few
Yeah. I love Muse.
new songs that
man.
we love.
Yeah.
But the best
big
time I saw them was at Coventry.
Oh, okay.
Dizzy Rascal supported, which
Oh,
I'll
wow.
forget about. I
Right.
wasn't a big fan.
All right.
It was
okay.
all right, but then Muse came on, and I think it was the second Law tour.
Wow.
during that, and
Okay. Incredible.
Like-
yeah. So good live. Yeah.
So blown away.
Yeah, I saw him at the Ulu in, in fact, we got backstage because my mate from uni was from Teignmouth and they basically just
Yep,
made it.
yep.
And we were sat backstage with
Yep.
them and they were going like, Oh my God!
Did you ever see him at City?
No, I never saw there. No, but
Yeah, yeah.
no, they were like, Dave Grohl's just been like,
Yeah,
really getting into
of course he
it.
did.
So we got him just at the time. It was like such
Prime.
a electric gig. Yeah,
Prime.
absolutely amazing.
Prime time.
So cool, man. Okay, right. Eddie Melt wants to know how many guitars you've got.
Not many.
Oh,
Not
right.
as many as I used to have.
Okay.
I've never been a collector.
Right.
For me, a guitar is a tool.
Okay.
You don't need 3 drills.
No.
If 1 drill does it, why do you need 3?
Yeah, I've.
So I have specific guitars for certain roles within bands.
Yeah.
Because obviously
yeah,
there's only
that's a
so
different
much
matter.
that a tool can do.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I've got 4 electrics.
Okay.
I've got Nora, Theo, Gladys,
All right.
and Jade, which are my 4 go-tos. I use Theo and Gladys the most,
Okay.
which is my Strat and my Rockwood. This Rockwood I've had since I was 18.
Wow. You still got your first guitar, by the way?
No.
Oh, have you not?
No,
Oh, right.
no,
Okay.
that went a long time ago.
Right.
You know what it's like. I was like, I can get something better, but it ends up not being better.
Right. I've just got a Strat myself.
Have you?
But, yeah, I'm not that good on guitar really.
don't
So
matter.
no, so but that'll do. I wouldn't get another
It's
one.
a
so.
Strat. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, absolutely. Yeah, so
I love my Strats and my Tellers. So.
cool. Yeah, big time, man. So okay, what do you love most about Chesterfield from Deaton?
Deaton. Chesterfield is outright just the most friendliest place that I've ever been in
Wow.
a sense of musicians liking each other.
Cool.
I've lived in Liverpool, Nottingham, Derby,
Right.
a lot of places. And Chesterfield at no point has ever gone, you're not allowed.
Oh wow.
And
That's
I think
a
every
lovely
other
thing.
place made you feel like you weren't allowed.
Okay. Right. Any.
You have to know someone.
Yeah.
In Chesterfield, you don't.
I understand that.
People
yeah,
are open to
yeah.
it. And
Any,
I really love that about Chesterfield.
Any favourite venues?
No.
No.
No. They're all great.
Yeah, they are.
Chesterfield,
They
they're
are,
all
aren't
really
they?
good.
Yeah.
They all bring something different to the table, and I
They
love
do.
that. They're
Yeah.
all horses for courses, shall we
Yeah,
say.
very much so.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Ah, good stuff, man. And finally, one from. Let me see. I can't quite read this. My own writing. Indo. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you got any guilty pleasures?
Music-wise,
Yes. I
generally,
imagine so.
I'm assuming
Yeah.
I've got lots of guilty pleasures. I'd just rather not talk about them. Music-wise, people that know me know that I love them. But McFly is probably one of my favourite.
Oh wow.
They're in my top.
Okay.
Probably my top 10 favourite bands.
Didn't they record somewhere around here at one
don't know.
point? Who's the guy up at Cutthorpe?
Carl.
Yes. What's his surname again? Something like metal metal producer of
He's
the
done
year
really
or
good,
something.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So.
While She Sleeps.
Okay.
and
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yes, that's who I was
Yeah, yeah,
thinking.
yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
Great producer.
Cool. Okay. So yeah, I mean, that's fantastic, Damon. Okay. Thank you for coming on, man.
Absolutely no problem.
I'll
Thanks for
put
having
all
me.
links to everything in the description below. But it's been a great chat. Been
Thank you.
great getting to know you a bit more and
Thanks,
all
Aaron.
about your story. And you're going to do some songs for us now, yeah?
I am, yeah.
Okay. What are we going to go for?
I'm going to play a song which is it's untitled. It doesn't necessarily have a title. It's called "Love, Joy, Hope, and Love."
Okay.
And the essence of the song is in the lyrics. So
Okay.
you see that one. I'm going to play an old one. I'm probably going to play. I'm either going to play Anxiety or Uninvited. I'm
Okay.
not sure yet. I shall decide
Either
when I pick
one.
up one's guitar.
Okay. Either one will be awesome. But yeah, thanks for coming on, man. It's
Thanks,
been
Aaron.
awesome. Okay. Good on
Thank you.
buddy. Okay.
Thanks to all the team. Thank you. Cheers.
Yeah, nice one, guys. Alrighty.
Oh joy, I've been away, I've been up all of the night, somewhere, oh where have you been? Oh joy, I miss you tonight. Oh love, this is my way of giving up the fight. Somewhere, when will it end? Oh love, I need you tonight. Nothing hurts us more than the things we don't say. Please now, live in the now. Nothing taunts us more than the love you gave away. Oh, please now, please show me how. Oh, hope, you are my friend. You're my reason to give life a try. So hope, I hope you're listening. I need you more than I realize. Oh truth, you have misled me. It seems my heart's been denied. So truth, tell me where you've been. I need you more than I need the lies. Nothing taunts us more than the things we don't say. Please now, please show me how. Nothing taunts us more than the love you gave away. Oh, please now, please show me how. I may not be the greatest intellect. I've never been that way inclined. But my friend Jack, he always takes me back, always speaks my mind. When she's hanging on your shoulders, you're like the air without the floor, and it just rolls in like the coldest stretch of water, like Lucifer's sweetest daughter, like the coldest stretch of water. It just rolls in. Hey. I've been lying in my bed at night, watching spiders climb the walls. I've got nothing better to do with my time, baby. Nothing better to do at all. When she's hanging on your shoulders, oh, you're like the air without the floor, and it just rolls in like the coldest stretch of water, like Lucifer's sweetest daughter, or like the coldest stretch of water, it just rolls in. Bring it back, baby. When she's hanging on your shoulders, oh, you're like the air without the floor, and it just rolls in like the coldest stretch of water, like Lucifer's sweetest daughter, oh, like the coldest stretch of water, it just rolls in. And it just rolls in, and it just rolls in, oh, like the coldest stretch of water, it just rolls in, it just rolls in. This is called My Friend. This is a really old one. Okay. Okay. Anyone who needs a friend must be lost within themselves and ever feel so insecure. Don't you lose the path you're on. Ooh, all I wanted was a chance to find myself. And ooh, don't be defeated, because all you need, all you have to do, my friend, is look inside yourself. Yeah. Hold your face and find your strengths. It won't be long till you succeed. It takes a while. Come on, girl, stay on the path, because until then I'll be right here. Ooh, all I wanted was to find out who you are. And ooh, no need for needing, because all you need, all that you have to do, my friend, is look inside yourself. I needed was to find out who you are. Oh, no need for needing, is all you need. And all that you have to do, my love, is look inside yourself. Look inside yourself.
Wow, how cool was that? Thank you so much, Damon, and everyone, look out for that album in the new year. Obviously, give us a like and subscribe. It will really help me make more of these great episodes. And look out for the website, showtime.com, s40time.com. And here's to many more. See you again.
So maybe you will, and maybe you won't, and maybe it's just the way that I roll. If you were my love, how could I pretend?